Hi, my name is Pete Hammer. I'm the Managing Director of the Marketing Scientist Group. In this video, I'm going to share some data from our report, The Science of Streaming, and answer the question, is SVOD household access growing in Australia? This is taken from a broader piece of work we've been doing, which used science to understand how the SVOD market is changing in Australia and aligning this with key marketing science principles of brand growth. We did this with a large sample of 1,277 Australians aged 18 to 69, collected as part of the December and January waves of a larger report. It included 11 key brands, including international players like Netflix and Disney+, and local players like Stan, Kayo and Optus Sport. Overall in our data, we found that 2/3 or 67% of Australians aged 18 to 69 had access to at least one SVOD service. And so if 67% had one, we of course found that 33% had none. And we can see the breakdown here of those who had 1, 2, 3 or more services in their household. The average overall with those with any SVOD service was 2.2 services on average. But let's get back to that initial question. Is SVOD household access growing? To do this, we'll reference some earlier data we collected on the topic back in September and October of 2018. Now, this data is a little different from this new data as it only covers 18 to 54s. But in the next slides, we'll ensure that we have only the same 18 to 54 data, so it's apples for apples in comparison. But before we look at the growth numbers, let's first look at the access numbers, because we also observed that there were more services available in this new period. That is, there were only 7 services running back in September and October of 2018, but in this new period there are 11 services, with 10 All Access, Kayo, Disney+, and Apple TV+, all launching from that earlier period. But let's get back to that question. Has SVOD household access grown in Australia? We found that in terms of penetration, it's grown by 40% amongst this sample population, and we also saw that the average number of services increased by 22%. And it's these bottom two numbers that's really important, because it says that we've grown, but it also shows that it's because more people have access to SVOD rather than them necessarily having access to more services on average. And that's our key insight, that the SVOD category has grown, and that's been driven more by increases in the number of people accessing any service rather than an increase in the number of services that they access. And this finding is not unique. It aligns with similar subscription categories in a whole range of different sectors and markets that we've seen through decades of research. To get more findings like this, please do download our light report on the topic, available at the Total Video Project website, totalvideo.co/science of streaming download.